Okay, so put everything aside and keep your 4x4 squares. So you're gonna fold half of your square, align the corners, then smooth the fold, then you're gonna do half again, and pay attention to this step. Do not fold this way, you gotta fold this other way, and I'm gonna show you in a sec why. So when you fold this triangle, when you open your square, you'll be able to see a star. You'll be able to see the fold as a star. So fold it back, and you're gonna do the same thing with all your other 4x4 squares. Okay, so now they are all folded. So take one of your triangles, okay, and we're gonna make a curved line in the middle of the triangle. I'm gonna use this tool here. So this is gonna help me to make a perfect semicircle in the middle of my triangle. You do not need to use this circular tool I'm using. You just need to make a circular line, semicircle, to look like that. And it's gonna end up like an ice cream cone shape. So I'm gonna cut this out. So once you cut out, you'll be able to see that when you open it, you're gonna have a flower. Okay, so you're gonna do that with all the other triangles. Make sure the middle of your star is at the bottom. Place your ice cream cone on top of it, and you're gonna trace and cut it out. Okay, so let's take one of it, open, and you're gonna choose a color of marker. I'm gonna choose a darker shade of pink. The first thing you're gonna do is create this V, upside down V shape. Okay, so now you're gonna make lines, just like drag your marker to make straight lines in the center of your flower. Do not worry about the section that is separated. Now you're gonna make some shading, just little lines at the edge of your flower. So you're gonna do all over around your flower. And you also keep that section without any color. So you're gonna do the same thing with all your other flowers. Color the middle, color the edges, and leave that section without coloring. So I took a magazine to place under just to protect my table. I do have a rubber protection, but you can use any kind of newspaper or scrap paper under your flowers so you can properly color the edges without damaging your table. So I like to use markers that are similar to my color paper, but you might want to try something else to make more contrast. You may also want to just use white paper for every part of this project, and you can color your flowers any way you want. Alright, so I got all my flowers with color, and what we're gonna do, we're gonna cut one section of these petals. So I'm just gonna mark over here, so you know it's just one section. So take your scissor, straight cut, and remove the middle. Just save the middle part, we're gonna use it for something else later. Do that with every flower. Okay, so all my flowers are cut. Now find your glue stick. So you're gonna glue this section here, this petal that you didn't color. So apply some glue over there, and you're gonna overlap one petal on top of the glue. So you end up with a flower like this. So fold in half, keeping 3 petals at a time, fold in half again, turn and fold once more. Okay, this one is done. So we're gonna do the same with all of the flowers. Alright, all my flowers are done. Now grab your green paper, fold in half, and we're gonna design some leaves. So use any pencil and just make a leaf shape, a long curve up and down with sharp edges. Let's make some smaller versions too, different sizes, and the last one. So we end up with 3 leaves. But when we cut them, we're gonna end up with 6 because it's folded. Yeah, you may go ahead and start coloring your leaves. I like to make a line in the middle, coloring half of it. And I'm using my magazine again so I can color the edges without damaging my table. And the last one, I also like to make some little details, so I'm gonna make some lines, diagonal lines on the other half. Okay, so put everything on the side. Now we're gonna use our flowers and we're gonna glue them. So I'm gonna make a little dot on the sections that we're gonna glue, all right? Okay, so I'm gonna make a dot on the top and on the bottom. That's the areas I'm gonna apply some glue. So go ahead and apply some glue on these little dots. Take 2 more flowers and glue one on top and one at the bottom, just like that. So hold it firmly for a few seconds and let's do some more 3 dots on these 3 sections. Apply some glue. Take another flower. And press down. So pay attention to where I'm doing my dots and how I'm gluing my flowers. Does not really matter which color you're gonna choose. What really matters for this project is where you apply your glue and where you apply your flowers. And now we're gonna use our last flower. Take your last flower and press on top. So I'm gonna take a heavy book, place on top of my flower and let it sit for 5 minutes. So once it's done, take your flower and I'm gonna apply my leaves now. So I'm making my dots so you know where I'm gonna apply my leaves. Take one of your leaves and apply some glue at the part that is colored because you're gonna place your leaf upside down. You just need a little bit of glue at the tip of your leaf and apply on top of the dot. Okay, so I'm gonna turn to the other side and I'm gonna apply my other 2 leaves in the middle of these 2 sections. Okay, so you're done. So you can see how it's going to look like. But for now, you're gonna just take your book, place on top, and let it be for 5 or 10 minutes. So grab your large piece of paper, the 9 by 12. Could be any color, I'm using black, but you can use any color you want. Fold it in half. And we're gonna start to design the cover of our card. So I'm gonna grab the leftovers of the petals of my flower. So I'm arranging my petals in a way to make a flower, but you can play with them and decide how you wanted to glue them. Okay, they're all glued. So I'm taking a white pencil, just gonna make some lines around it, just to create some decoration to my cover. If you're using a different color on your paper, maybe your paper is white, you might want to use some black marker. You choose what you want to do in your cover design. Okay, so my cover is done. I'm gonna grab my flower that is nice and flat, and I'm gonna place the edges at the middle of my card. Okay, you wanna make sure there is a line. Make sure your leaves are not out of your paper. It's okay if it shows a little bit, but try to make it aligned. So I'm gonna make a dot at the section that need to be glued, and note that it's just one dot in the middle petal of your flower on front and back. I'm gonna use my glue stick, apply some glue at the dot, and I'm gonna place my flower right in the middle, aligned. Press it down and use some more glue at the other dot. So you're gonna close your card. Now you're gonna take your heavy book again, and you're gonna leave your book on top of it for at least 10 to 15 minutes. Okay, so my card should be ready now. So let's open to see how it looks. Wow, isn't that beautiful? So I'm gonna take a white pencil, just write my message. Be very careful, because your card won't be able to be open completely. Just some final decorations and you are done. Great job!